Alright, here's the first guitar video that I'm going to be doing. This is, I think, the guitar I've had longest out of all of these. I have to say so. This is my Gibson Les Paul Classic. When was it made? It's an 07, so it's about 6 years old now. Everything on it's original. I haven't changed out any of the pickups or knobs or anything. It is in very good condition still. It's got a couple really small dings on it, but nothing compared to the first Les Paul Classic I had, because that one I accidentally, or I'll tell you the story on that one. I was at like a talent show or something, and I think it was the rehearsal for it, and I had my guitar with the strap locks on it, and they ended up just breaking somehow, and they just gave way while I was answering a voicemail I had, and the guitar just fell right on the cement and ended up like breaking the toggle switch off. It really fucked up the binding a lot, but anyway, I don't have that guitar anymore, but you've probably seen it in a lot of my older videos. It's very, very similar to this one. It had more of a yellowish tint to it, but it was still technically the same color. I think it's a cherry burst. I think that's what its color is. It stays in tune really well. I haven't gotten a setup on the thing in a very long time. I recently intonated it, so it still does sound really good. Not sure what tuning I'm in. Might just be drop D. Let's see. On this guitar and every other guitar, because I forgot to mention it in my last video, I use Ernie Ball, skitty top, heavy bottom strings. I was turned on to them because Tom DeLonge uses them, and they really do sound that great. Whether or not he uses them, I don't even care. They are really that cool. Because the lower strings, they don't sound like flimsy or anything, but they're still not too big. But then the lower strings, they are a little thicker, so it definitely sounds a bit more powerful. Let's see. I use a Ernie Ball strap. I prefer to use Dunlop strap locks. There's a couple different styles. It's actually really old and kind of hard to get out now, but some of you might have used Dunlop before. I like them. Some guitarists don't like using them because they kind of protrude a little further than the Schaller style ones will, but I always liked them. And Schaller were the ones that broke on me. They just always come loose, and they're just such a pain in the ass. Let's see if I got any other things about this. Nothing really else. You might remember a black Les Paul Classic I had. I got that from a friend, really cheap, but I ended up selling it to pay for my orange Strat, which I'll talk about later. So I guess for now I'll just play around a little bit, and you can kind of get an idea what it sounds like. I'm sure most of you know what it sounds like by now, but it definitely is my pride and joy. I'll never sell it. I don't know if it's my favorite guitar anymore to play anyway. It certainly is an amazing guitar, but the orange Strat has been stealing most of my time lately, so like I said, I'll play a little bit, and I'll change up the foot switch settings, or not the foot switch, but I'll change up like the channel settings as I'm going, and kind of give you an idea. This is my main channel that I use. This is the channel 4, so it's just like the high gain setting. That was channel 4, this one's channel 3. I think I'm actually out of tune. I haven't played this guitar in a few days. I should have tuned it. That was channel 3 on the raw setting, or not raw setting, the vintage setting. This is channel 2, which is on the British mode. And this is channel 1. This is just like my basic clean setting. So if you got any questions on this guitar, feel free to ask. Like I said, everything is stock on it. I don't remember exactly what the pickups are. I know they're Gibson. I'm pretty sure it's 500T, or it might be 496T, 500R, something. But I know those are the two numbers. I just don't remember which one it corresponds with. But it does sound really good. I mean, it could maybe sound a little bit better, but I mean, I don't have any guitar that sounds like this one, and I kind of prefer it to stay that way. So, on to the next guitar. This is my Gibson SG standard. Nothing really too fancy about this one either. It's all stock. Let's see what year it is. Looks like it's a 2010, so it's about 3 years old. I bought it brand new from sweetwatermusic.com, which is a really cool site. What I like about that site is if you go on there and you're looking at pictures of, say, this guitar, they actually include all the serial numbers with it, and you'll actually be looking at the exact guitar that you're getting. So they actually take the time to show you exactly what it looks like, if it's got like a certain different style sunburst, or if it's got a certain wood grain on it. You see exactly what you're getting, which is really nice. Out of all my guitars, this is probably the one I play the least. I mean, I do like it a lot, but at the same time, it just isn't getting the playtime that any of my other guitars are getting. And I've been really struggling trying to figure out if I want to sell it or not, because there are a lot of things that I want to do with the money. Like when I just redid a couple things on some of my other guitars, and it wasn't cheap. So just, I mean, the pickup that I bought for one of the other ones cost $100, and then getting everything installed and everything like done perfectly, I mean, that was another like $150. So just right there, you know, it ain't cheap, like I said. So it is a really fun guitar. It's got a really good like classic rock type sound to it. It's a little out of tune. Like I said, I haven't played it in a little while. Sometimes it has problems staying in tune. That's probably the most frustrating thing about it. It drives me nuts, and that's probably the main reason why I sold my old one. You might have seen it in some of my really old videos. It's a red, I think it was a Heritage Cherry. I mean, I do like the sound. I really like the way they feel. It's kind of like the Strat of Gibson, more or less, because I mean, it's just contoured really nicely and it fits really well. It does have a pretty long neck. It's definitely the longest neck out of any of my guitars, except for, well, the bass. But I don't know. I've been definitely thinking about getting rid of it. I mean, there's definitely other people out there that would have a lot more fun with it than I would, but I don't know. It is a really nice looking guitar, that's for sure. So I'll just play around with it a little bit, and you can kind of get the idea of it right after I tune it, though. Let's see. And we'll also see how quickly it goes out of tune. And what's funny is on my last SG, I actually changed the tuners out and everything, and it still just wouldn't stay in tune. I mean, I maybe could have installed like a locking nut or something, or locking tuners to try and keep it to stay in tune a little bit better, but I don't know. I mean, I just want a guitar to play the way I want it to play. I mean, right when I get it. I mean, I don't want to have to fuck around with it too much. So, I don't know. Here's the SG. This is channel 4. This is my my high gain setting. Already out of tune. And that was just from doing like a vibrato. Now you see my frustration. This is channel 3. This is the vintage vintage mode on the Mesa Boogie. Excuse me. This is channel 2. Alright, this is channel 1, my clean setting. That's all about I got for this guitar. Nothing too much else I can really think about it. Like I said, it is a fun guitar, but I mean, Gibson just has to do something about the way that it just never stays in tune. I don't really know exactly what they would change about it, but I mean, it's got the sound, it's got the tone for sure, and the playability is really nice. But if it just stayed in tune and was a little more reliable, then I'd play it a hell of a lot more. So, on to the next one. This is the Schecter 7-string. It is really cool. I know a lot of people have been asking me to actually do videos with it, but I mean, I love playing it. I mean, it's still kind of hard to adjust to it since I'm so used to a 6-string, but I don't know. I mean, most of the music that I listen to that has 7-string guitars are just really freaking good and really difficult for me to do. So that's one reason I haven't been doing really any videos with it. I know Muse has a couple songs with 7-string. I've been learning Supremacy a little bit, but the bridge is just really fucking weird and it's kind of hard to do. So I don't want to post a video until I've really nailed that part. So And another reason I haven't been making really any videos with it is because I hate the fucking sound of these pickups. They're both the same pickup in each section. I mean, one's like the bridge version, one's the neck version, but I mean, they both just sound kind of boring. I mean, it's more for like lead work, where it's kind of a little more rounded, a little more muddy, I guess. I mean, not really muddy, but it doesn't really have like any bite or any like crunch to it, and that's the main reason why I just don't play it as much, especially for just like little videos and stuff like that. I mean, I really want to get the pickup changed out on this. I'll probably end up having to do both of them. Maybe I'll do like a Seymour Duncan, like, I don't know, like a super distortion or something. I don't know. I could do an Invader on it, but I already have Invaders on 2 of my guitars, and I don't know if I want it to sound exactly like those either. So I'm thinking something a little more heavier. I don't know. I know I asked the guy or the guitar player for I Am Abomination what pickup he uses in his 7-string, and he said he uses a bare knuckle Aftermath. I've been thinking about maybe using those. I mean, they do sound really good on their albums, so something to think about there. But I ended up getting this guitar. I think it was on eBay about less than a year ago, and I don't know why I got it as cheap as I did. I think it's like a $650-$750 guitar, and the thing is absolutely beautiful. I got it for like 400, maybe about 400 bucks, and everything about it is just almost immaculate. The only thing that which is really weird, which is I think might be the reason why it was sold so cheap, is right here above the serial number it says Proto on it. So I don't know if it was like a prototype version of the Hellraiser 7 strings or what, because whenever I look up a Schecter Hellraiser 7 string, it does look a little different from this. I mean, like, usually the binding is different. I think it's got kind of like a pearl binding on it, and it's really hard to find this exact guitar, so I'm wondering if it really is like a prototype version or something. I don't know, because the auction that I bought it from really didn't specify. But I mean, it is a really beautiful guitar, so I do like playing it. I just wish it sounded a little heavier. So anyway, I'll play a little bit and you can kind of get an idea of what it sounds like. Here, and drop it. Yup. That was channel 4. That's my main setting, like I said about 5 times already. Here's channel 3. Channel 2. Here's channel 1. I don't really have too much else to say about this one. I haven't even really changed the strings on this, I don't think. But what I planned to do for a string gauge on this was use the skinny top heavy bottoms for the normal 6 strings, and then so that goes from a 10 to a 52. And then for this one, for the low B, well, even though it's an A right now, I bought some single strings. I'm pretty sure I bought 60s. It might have been a 62 though. So something like that. I mean, I think I changed the original B string on this, and that was it. Because the one that it came with was like no bigger than the E string, which is kind of weird. So I think I changed that one out. But you can kind of get the idea what I'm saying. Like, it could sound like so much more powerful. And I mean, I never really liked the MGs that much anyway. So I don't know. I talked to my my guitar tech about it that did my other guitars, and he said he worked on like this exact type of guitar before with changing out pickups like this, and he said he'd definitely be able to do it. So once I get some more money, which I don't know when that'll be, probably once I sell some amps and possibly the SG, and I'll definitely be working on that, because I want to be able to play this more, and I want to play it more. So I'm going to cut this video off here because I don't know exactly how far or how long I can make these videos yet. The next video will be pretty much all my Fender guitars. I got 2 Strats, a Telecaster. I'm not sure if I'll put the bass in that video or if I'll put in a new video with my acoustic, because I haven't really done anything with acoustic yet. So thanks for watching. Check out the amp video that I posted, and I'll also have a video on my pedals pretty soon too. So be sure to check those out.